The 1980s, a decade of excess, neon lights, and some of the most jaw-dropping, mind-melting anime ever made. This was an era where anime wasn't just for kids. It was dark, violent, experimental, and often downright insane. From cyberpunk nightmares to post-apocalyptic showdowns, these movies pushed the limits of animation and storytelling, leaving behind a legacy that still influences anime today. Buckle up, because these are the most badass anime movies of the 80s. In the world of anime, there's before Akira and there's after Akira. This wasn't just a movie, it was a revolution. Set in the crumbling, futuristic city of Neo-Tokyo, this film follows a biker gang tangled in a government conspiracy involving psychic children, secret experiments, and an impending apocalypse. At its core, Akira is a story about power, corruption, and the chaos of unchecked ambition. Tetsuo, an ordinary delinquent, is transformed into a walking nuclear bomb, and watching him unravel is equal parts mesmerizing and terrifying. But let's talk about the real star, the animation. Every frame is hand-drawn with an insane level of detail, making Neo-Tokyo feel alive, dirty, and explosive. This wasn't just anime, this was a cinematic masterpiece. It defined cyberpunk, shaped Hollywood sci-fi, and set a new standard for animation. Even today, Akira is just as intense, thought-provoking, and visually stunning as it was in 1988.
'Cause when I fight, it's always to the death.
That's right. In fact, you're already dead.
Is that so?
In a world where only the strongest survive, one man walks alone, delivering justice with his fists. His name, Kenshiro. His enemies, already dead. Fist of the North Star isn't just badass, it's raw, bloody, and absolutely legendary. Set in a post-apocalyptic wasteland, it follows Kenshiro, a wandering warrior with a tragic past, a lethal fighting style, and the coldest one-liners in anime history. His secret? Hokudo Shinken, an ancient martial art that lets him hit pressure points so precisely, his enemies literally explode from the inside. But Fist of the North Star isn't just about ridiculous violence. It's about revenge, honor, and survival in a world without mercy. It's Shakespeare meets Mad Max, delivered with the power of 1,000 fists. If you want an anime so badass it makes other action movies look tame, Fist of the North Star is the ultimate power fantasy. Welcome to the Wicked City, where the line between man and monster is razor thin, and stepping into the wrong alley could mean a fate worse than death. Some anime are dark, some are violent, but Wicked City, this movie is pure unfiltered nightmare fuel. Set in a world where demons and humans secretly coexist, this film follows Taki, a blackguard agent assigned to protect a high-profile diplomat during a fragile peace treaty. But the demonic underworld has other plans. Directed by Yoshiaki Kawajiri, who also directed the badass anime Ninja Scroll, Wicked City blends horror, action, and eroticism into something unlike anything else. The animation, stunningly fluid. The creature designs, deeply unsettling. The action, fast, brutal, and relentless. But beyond the horror, Wicked City is also a slick, stylish neo-noir thriller, drenched in neon-lit tension and shadowy paranoia. You never know who to trust or what's waiting in the dark. It's violent, it's twisted, and once you step into the Wicked City, you'll never look at the world the same way again. world ruled by ancient vampires, where the night hides monsters and secrets, only one hunter dares to stand against the darkness. His name is D, half human, half vampire, and completely unstoppable. Vampire Hunter D is where Gothic horror meets samurai action, a dark fantasy dripping with atmosphere, mystery, and bloodshed. Set in a far future world where humanity survives under the shadow of immortal aristocrats, the story follows a young girl marked by a powerful vampire lord and a mysterious bounty hunter she hires to save her. But D isn't just any hunter, he's a Dhampir, a rare breed with vampiric blood and inhuman skill, feared by both humans and monsters alike. His greatest weapon, not just his razor-sharp sword, but the eerie, talking, parasitic hand that whispers secrets and feeds on the dead. Vampire Hunter D is pure dark fantasy perfection, with haunting landscapes, eerie castles, and chilling supernatural battles that feel like a mashup of Dracula, samurai legends, and sci-fi apocalypse storytelling. And let's talk about the animation. Stunning hand-drawn visuals that ooze Gothic style, perfectly matching the film's eerie, dreamlike tone. It's a must-watch for horror lovers, fantasy fans, and anyone who wants to see a vampire movie done right. The city of Shinjuku was once a thriving metropolis until a dark sorcerer ripped it apart and turned it into a nightmare realm, crawling with demons and unspeakable horrors. Now the fate of the world rests on one young swordsman, whether he's ready or not. Demon City Shinjuku is a high-stakes supernatural thriller packed with intense sword fights, demonic horrors, and a city that feels like it's alive with malevolence. The story follows Kyoya Izayoi, a reckless but gifted fighter whose father, one of Earth's greatest warriors, was killed by the evil sorcerer Rebi Ra. Now Kyoya is humanity's only hope to stop an apocalypse looming over the city. But let's be real, Kyoya isn't some unstoppable warrior like Kenshiro or Golgo 13. He's just a young man thrown into a war against forces beyond comprehension. And that makes every fight feel intense, brutal, and unpredictable. And the atmosphere, it's next level eerie. The ruined streets of Shinjuku feel haunted. The city itself twisted into a living nightmare, full of cursed spirits, shifting shadows, and impossible horrors lurking at every corner. With stunning, moody animation and pulse-pounding action, Demon City Shinjuku is a must-watch for fans of supernatural horror and dark fantasy. If you love demon-slaying sword fights, apocalyptic cities, and heroes struggling against impossible odds, this is one trip into the darkness you won't forget. No second chances, no hesitation, just one shot, one kill. If James Bond had zero emotions and 100% precision, you'd get Golgo 13, the deadliest assassin in anime history. This isn't just an action movie, it's a neo-noir masterpiece about a man who lives in the shadows, taking down the world's most dangerous, untouchable targets without breaking a sweat. But in The Professional, he finally makes the wrong enemy, a powerful billionaire whose son he was hired to assassinate. Now the hunter becomes the hunted, as entire armies, corrupt government agents, and ruthless assassins are sent to take him down. Here's the thing, Golgo never panics, never hesitates, and never misses. Even when he's outnumbered, he's always in control. His expression never changes, and that's what makes him so terrifying. Visually, Golgo 13 The Professional is pure 80s neo-noir. sleek cityscapes, dark alleyways, and a cold, moody jazz soundtrack that makes every kill feel like a work of art. And let's not forget, this was one of the first anime films to use CGI, and while it looks rough by today's standards, back then it was groundbreaking. But at its core, this movie is about one thing: precision. No emotions, no weaknesses, just a gun, a mission, and a legend. If you love cool-as-hell assassins, stylish noir action, and stories where the baddest man in the world just keeps winning, Golgo 13: The Professional is a must-watch. Some films tell a story, others make you feel something you can't quite explain. And then there's Angel's Egg, an anime that feels like a dream you're trying to remember, but it keeps slipping away. Directed by Mamoru Oshii, who also directed Ghost in the Shell, Angel's Egg is a haunting, wordless journey through a ruined world, following a nameless girl who carries a mysterious egg. What's inside? Why is she protecting it? What does it all mean? The movie never tells you, and that's what makes it unforgettable. This film isn't about action or plot twists. It's about atmosphere, emotion, and symbolism. Every frame is drenched in melancholy, with Gothic architecture, abandoned landscapes, and a sense of something ancient and unknowable lurking just beneath the surface. It's a film that demands you interpret it for yourself. Is it about faith, innocence, the end of the world? Every person who watches it walks away with a different answer, and that's the power of Angel's Egg. It's haunting, it's poetic, and it's unlike anything you'll ever see. If you want anime that challenges your mind and lingers in your soul, Angel's Egg is a masterpiece you can't miss. The 80s weren't just a great time for anime, they were a revolution. From cyberpunk dystopias to brutal martial arts battles, these films pushed the boundaries of animation, storytelling, and pure action-packed insanity. Which one is your favorite? Or did I miss any must-watch classics? Drop a comment below. And if you love badass anime, hit that like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.